Yeah, so my father is a professor of schizophrenia. So we were always talking about mental health in my family. It's something that's got quite a sort of sacred topic. And my mum is a relationship psychotherapist. So that kind of like, um, the emotional language of connection has always been really important to my life and to my family and the way that we talk about it. So it's been a constant in my life always. We didn't do very much about it in school, no, to be honest. It wasn't really the kind of place that had that on the curriculum, but I definitely learned that kind of emotional intelligence language as a sort of a second language from my mama. It's interesting watching films growing up with my dad. He was always very sensitive to people being called like crazy in films or mental or whatever. Like he didn't like jokes about that. And I was trying to explain to him that that's just it's humor or whatever it might be, but it made me a little bit sensitive to it as well. Even when I'm choosing characters to play, like I'm careful when to call a character a psychopath if they're not, or if they are, that's okay. But just to be a bit thoughtful about that. And I've definitely been offered to play quite a few people with mental health problems that I haven't taken the jobs because I haven't felt like it was a very responsible portrayal of characters and things. So yeah, I'm quite sensitive to it, but there are some incredible versions of it, I'm sure. I mean, the sort of leaps forward in the last couple of years have been incredible. The way people will talk about it on Twitter, and I have a lot of friends, people like Will Poulter, like actors who are like huge or about to be huge actors who have it as a kind of like real cause that they are, unrelentingly supportive of, and just talk about it in that way. But also people just sharing their own struggles. I mean, look, I've been someone who's been quite private, and then you can see in these songs times that you can see in these songs times that have felt difficult for me. Not that I'm going to go into massive detail about the details of those things with people I don't know, but I do with my friends. And I think talking about them with your community and your circles and your people, to let you understand that you aren't alone, and that everyone can feel the things that you can feel, obviously with the exception of cases of severe mental illness. But even in those cases, there are other people that you can be connected with, and there is help available. Just getting to it isn't always the easiest. So it's about communication, I think. I believe in kind of like mindfulness practice. I believe, I think the way that mindfulness is explained to people is sometimes not as kind of useful as it could be. I think, people understand that when you go to the gym, you work on your muscles and you work on your fitness, which is the muscle of your heart, and how that pumps blood around your body. And so, the muscle, the muscularity of your brain, and doing mindful kinds of practice is essentially going to the gym for your brain. If you have a very heavy situation to deal with, and we do talk about the heaviness of a moment or something weighing you down, to be able to acknowledge that it's there, understand it, and then push it away, you have to have practiced that. And I think, and you have to have that muscle be strong to be able to do that in a moment where you to be able to deal with that. So I think explaining the practices of mindfulness and being present in a moment and things like that, if that's what you want for your life, you need to go to the gym for it. If you try and do like a mindful meditation or something for 1 minute, if you've never done it before, within 5 seconds you'll be thinking about something else.
Yeah, I know.
But if you practice every day, you might get up to 30 seconds or 3 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. Or you might be a Zen Buddhist master and be able to do, all day, every day, and reach a state of nirvana. I don't know, but I struggle doing it. And so does everybody else. But the more you practice it, the more equipped you are to be able to like negotiate difficult mental states as they attack you, I think. I would be very careful to use mental illness. I don't think I've suffered from any mental illnesses, no. But have I suffered from, bouts of depression, bouts of anxiety, the same way that most people I know have, of course. And have some of those been difficult to deal with? Absolutely, but I'm a human being, and to a greater or lesser extent, we all suffer from those things in our life. But I've also been around people who suffered from quite crippling mental situations or clinical things. I would reserve the word illness for things like schizophrenia and things like, things that you'll need sort of a long-term treatment for.